What's good, YouTube? Welcome back for episode 10 of Automating an Empire. So, in the last episode, we kind of messed around getting these guys ready to go. Since then, I've actually, I think, pretty much finished up the Dominator here. I think this is going to work for now. We're probably going to do a redesign again later because I had some good ideas in the comments. One of them was to put parachutes in. So I went ahead and put a bunch of parachutes in so that way we can land a lot easier. Takeoff's still going to be a bit of a problem. So what I did is I added hydrogen to it. I know it's got some decent takeoff right now, but I'm not sure if it's space capable yet. I haven't tested it. So we will be testing that this episode to go gather some materials. And I did work on the hangar bay a little bit. Basically what I did is I locked all these guys in here to where we've got automatic doors, as you see. And these guys are going to be pretty tight on the way that they can come in and out. I'm going to be using a script for that, and we'll go over that probably in about an episode or two. They're not quite ready to go yet. They're getting there. And then also down this way, I'm working on the same door situation that we had going over at the other place over there. And these guys are basically going to be the ones that go in and out here. So in order to keep a view on everything and make it look good, I went ahead and added a bunch of glass as the walls here. That way we can see them as they move around, because I think that'll be kind of nice and interesting. I've got to set these doors up here and figure out what we want to do with this top area over here. I think, not 100% sure, but I think this might end up being maybe power production. So we'll move some extra power resources up here. What I'm trying to do is make this hangar bay basically the mining area, our main production area in here for the entire setup. Also, I want to thank you, To Ping Tiang. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, let me know in the comments. I want to thank you for the idea to put the turrets further away from the base. So I'll be moving the turrets further and further out from the base as we go. I'm going to test them out this way. It's actually a really good idea because it gives us more, I guess, advanced warning, and when the objects fall, they won't fall on the base. Very good idea. Thank you for that one. So what I've done is I've moved a bunch of Gatling turrets out this way. As you see, it's just a large array of tier 4 Gatlings. And I've moved one of the heavy lasers out. So we're probably going to be moving this around in the next few episodes. As we build more, I'll figure out where I want to place things a little bit better. But thank you for the wonderful comments. Keep them coming because they're giving me great ideas. Also, today I probably want to start working on opening up the base a little bit, getting this back area cleared out a little bit. I've got an idea for the way I want to do that. I just got to figure out where the midpoint of this is real quick. Once I get that figured out, I'll be able to start placing things. I want to run a conveyor system up to the roof here. That way I can run through a clever little system. I can run a slanted area to where we can actually dig down at a slant using the conveyor, one of the conveyor mods we have here. So that's what we're going to be doing now, is getting to work on that. I just got to figure out where I want to run the conveyor from. I think it's going to be around in here. I just got to, first thing I got to do is I got to count these out real quick. So give me a second on that. Okay, so that's 28 wide. We're not going to get the exact center, so we got to go in 14 real quick. Okay, so I'm going to delete these 2 blocks so I know exactly where we're at. And I got to run... Ooh, what was that noise? Sounded like something hit the ground, hit the floor or something. But yeah, we've got to run conveyors and hide them into this area here. So I'm thinking if we do this, we're going to want to move it up this way a little bit. So I need to go exactly in line with this. So let's do that real quick. I think right here is going to be the spot. And I need to run some conveyor lines up through here. So I'm just going to drill this out. So we got a Ravager on the way. That's interesting. I got to run this so I can run my conveyor through here. It doesn't matter if I go too wide or what. This is all going to be hidden, so I'm just going to go one wide and go on through. Okay, so I've decided to break it off back here and run a conveyor through here. So I'm gonna have to dig this area out. And I can run it behind the wall here up to the top and then run it over from there. That way it's nice and hidden behind everything. I really do like these long conveyor tubes. They are very helpful. Would be nice if they'd add that in vanilla so we wouldn't have to mod it, but they're doing really good jobs of doing things the way they need to do, I think. Alright, I got it nice and hidden away now. So the conveyor comes right up to the middle point here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a little strange. I think we're gonna go ahead, just for the time being, and run this to about right here. This is just a temporary thing. That's why I'm not too worried about the way it's looking or anything like that. And I need to do... One of the mod packs I have is conveyor hinges. And I want to use these conveyor hinges to set up a bit of an interesting little system here to where I can angle these however I want. So I'd put the drill and fill on the edge here, which means I'm gonna have to get rid of some of this stuff for the temporary setup that I'm doing here. Now I actually want to make sure these are faced correctly. Actually, now that I think about it, I need to worry about how they are placed. So let me redo these. Okay, so that needs to be up. There we go. That's how I want to place these. And there we go. So I'm gonna add a couple more of these. I want about 4 of them, I think, just so we can speed the process up a bit. But I am gonna have to actually individually set these. So what I want to do is I want to check this guy and tell him to show area here, so I can see what his field is. Hopefully this isn't too much weight for this drill system, or the drill systems aren't too much weight for the conveyor, because I think I'm only going to be able to use one conveyor if I want them to connect correctly. So what I need to do here is I need to show the drill area for one of these, and hopefully it will show it. No, it's not showing for some reason. Maybe if I'm gonna have to set the braking torque all the way up, and I want to set this to about 45 degrees, I'm thinking. I don't know if 45 is quite the right angle, probably closer to 75. We'll actually fix all of that up in just a moment. The way we're gonna check this is okay, there, it's showing the area. Man, that's a big area. Alright, I'm gonna have to make that smaller, but basically what I want to do here is I'm thinking about where though. Probably in line with this here. I want to run a slope that's roughly equal to... Actually, we're going to go for not such a steep slope here. So it's going to be less than this, I think. Hold on just a second. I got to get my color back. Okay, I want to go by the 2x1x1 slope here. That way it's a nice gradual slope. I'm going to set this up so I can actually see where we need to build. Or where we need to dig, sorry. So I'm going to basically set the thing up to where it's drilling along that line there. That way we can run a decent slope there, and it's not too strong of a slope. So we're going to actually have to make this a lot smaller. Let's see, if that is correct, then we need the area depth smaller. Much smaller. We're gonna go with 10 to start with, and then I'll work my way around on that. That way I can see what's going on here. Alright, I need to get the height much lower. Say about 20. A little bit higher. Okay, so 45 seems to be right on that. So now I just need to run it forward just a tad so I can get a better view here. Alright, so I need to increase my angle slightly. That way we can line up with this line here as close as possible. Okay, that actually looks pretty good there. I think it's 72 degrees. I will make sure of it real quick. Let's see, now I need to set the rest of these guys to dig with him, and I need to set his width a little bit lower. So let me set the width here to about 20, just to see how big that of an area that is. That's a little too small. So we're gonna go for, say, 40. 40 is still slightly small. 50 might work. Alright, I think I've got the width right. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect on that, so I just need to get the height right here again, because I messed up and did the wrong thing there. I think that was about 60. Or no, it was about 40 if I remember. A little bit more than 40, and the angle's still a little shallow, so I'll have to actually fix that, but that's cool because I need to do the top part anyway. Okay, so all the important stuff's done. We've got the angle slightly off. I need to work on that a little bit, so I need to figure this out. I think it's shallow by about 1 degree or so, so let me check this. That looks almost right. I'm gonna go to 70 degrees and leave it at that. Hopefully that's enough. If we need to clean some up later, we will. If it's a little steep, I'd rather that than shallow, because that'll mean we just have a little bit of empty space there. So I'm gonna go to 69 degrees just to make absolutely certain that it's a little steep instead of shallow. Let's see. And we're gonna rotor lock here so that doesn't move as we work. And that's good. So then I just need to add depth here. Okay, I believe I've got that set right now. So we should be good to go. I just gotta set the other guys up to equal out to this. So that's gonna take me a few minutes. Alright, it looks like we got everything set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start these drills up real quick. And just drill this area out. And once this area gets drilled out, we can switch over into some creative mode and go ahead and blueprint what we want to build in there. There's a couple things I need to do here. I need to drill this area out here. Here we go. And let that drill out. And once that drills out, I need to open up an area in here so I can actually have my control room so I can see everything that's going on in here. I'm probably going to add some cameras in there too with the control room, so we'll get to that when it gets around. But I think I'm going to leave this episode here while this is drilling out. I'll let this drill out in between episodes and just chill. And when we come back, we'll start on setting things up for the control room and then do some creative mode to build the blueprints that we want to use. We're finally getting into the full automation of everything, so we can just sit around and let it do its work now. In fact, I will give you, for the outro, I will give you a nice little time lapse here. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you haven't already, please think about dropping a like to let me know that you did. Also, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing and help us reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers. In the next video, we get to play around in some creative mode to build some blueprint. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, click one of the 2 videos on your screen now. Thank you. Have a nice day.